Hello people, welcome to the REH Real Estate YouTube channel. In order to ensure your client relationships are mutually beneficial and effective, clear communication is needed. You should have regular discussions about what each individual wants out of the relationship so you can give honest feedback when things aren't going as planned. To avoid conflict or misunderstandings, you should invest time establishing parameters, deadlines, and deliverables to get your working relationship off on the right foot. If you want more of this content, subscribe to the REH Real Estate YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Vet your potential clients ahead of time. Ask questions to vet potential clients before signing them, and establish clear rules, goals, and standards. Have a preferred method of communication and the best time of day to reach someone. Educate clients about your vertical. In any new partnership, it's important to not assume they understand what your business does. It's important to educate your new partner about your business and what you hope to accomplish, so everyone speaks the same language and both want the same outcome. Build a roadmap together based on their goals. Once a client understands their broad goals and how progress towards those milestones is made, they are more likely to focus on the process without being distracted by instant gratification. Base expectation on how they define success. Begin by analyzing what the client is focusing on. From there, you can work out realistic timelines, scope, and KPIs. Twila Grissom suggests listening more than talking in beginning a digital strategy. Get them involved in the creative process. To get dream results, this team starts from the beginning. They let the client know how their collaboration will result in breakthrough outcomes from the start. To do so, they workshop ideas early and often and draw direct and honest feedback to drive us to fantastic non-reveals. Set parameters right away. With a guideline of what is being explained to clients, know at the outset of your conversations with them what deadlines need to be met and be more timely and efficient, by possibly even surpassing your own forecasted time frame so as to be more impressive than ever. You will have an easier time handling client requests. Daniel Lazarus argues that this should set expectations of how efficiently things can go. Ask a lot of clarifying questions. My solution to the great communication problem is to ask a lot of questions. Frame everything as a question to make sure they understand your point before you move forward. Inquire with feedback by asking relevant questions and typically get their approval that the other party is following what you say. Create a contract early on. With communication, partners can work together to achieve success and efficiency. As talks progress, it's important to have a contract writer up front. This gives you and your client both clear objectives to meet, while eliminating the risk of any confusion down the road. You can then write progress updates as your discussions progress. Aidan Cole, operator of Intuitive.social, emphasizes this point in his article. Discuss your communication methods and timing. From the very start, Jennifer Label advises keeping meetings short and clear about what your communication methods are. Everyone has preferences between calls or emails, in-person meetings, or quick reports, but it's important to be clear about what your team works best with, since this will help your team be successful. Should the partnership get off track, you can always revisit your plan. Gently but firmly enforce expectations. Being clear about expectations is the first step, but in my experience, it's most important to enforce them early and often. For instance, if a client reschedules an appointment with your team at the last minute and you have your terms stipulate that there's a fee for that, then charge them. Don't let them off on a technicality the first time. That encourages poor behavior. Stan Ponte believes that having important conversations with consumers could help boost revenues through the use of a return to normal operations. Whether with our occasions or pulling information security information that helps your enterprise and monetization, we're right here to assist you construct your enterprise and make the appropriate selections. Consumer relationships often shift over time as the consumer plans their expectations. In a bid to make ends meet, some buyers set their sights on homes when rates of interest have been lower and bidding wars are common. Affordable monthly payments may increase their mortgage price, but with more competitors in the market and improved bargaining power, they would be less rushed in making a proposal. The secret to a profitable agent-client relationship is to constantly talk and set expectations, particularly as we're trending towards an increasingly consumer-driven market. There is more housing stock available immediately, greater room for bargaining, and less stress in finding your home instantly. In order for you to be effective, quick brokers ought to evaluate each the benefits and drawbacks of present market fields and mix them into a format which will enable clients to really feel empowered. Here are some methods that may provide most service. Gather current real-time market information. As brokers, we should advise our consumers and sellers primarily based on real-time market information. Market information from a month in the past is just too previous in a shifting actual property market. Current present market information to your purchasers all through your entire course of. The most profitable brokers are those which can be arm in arm and strolling side by side with their purchasers all through your entire home buying or selling process. Leverage your agent relationships. There is the time between a contract being signed and when the deal is closed. Use your relationship with different brokers to get information about the gross sales value so you can advise your clients accordingly and help them decide whether to pursue the transaction. Move forward of the market to catch one of the best and highest value. Senior brokers have an advantage through personal experience and market data, but are not always comfortable sharing that information in the public eye. The general public and the broader real estate market look at quarterly stories with closed information. Agents should talk based on contract signing, which is possibly the most accurate indicator of your place in the real estate market. Agents have to be in the front lines of media headlines and have to empower clients to make their selection by providing real-time market information that influences your decision. Agents need to relay through the second market information so they can guide you with what is best for you. Understand your purchasers' priorities. Not all buyers make purchasing and promoting choices based on market data. Many make decisions primarily based on what they want. In case you're an agent, remember to perceive your shopper's goals and desires and clarify your preferences all through the connection. If you're working with a vendor, you can ask questions like, in this atmosphere, it could take more time to promote your property. What is the timeline for promotion? Are there industries that use the rental and leasing business model in which profit is guaranteed rather than trying to sell a property on the open market? If you're working with a customer, you can ask the following questions. Is it possible you may need an adjustable rate mortgage with a lower fixed interest rate to satisfy your monthly money move this year? Have you spoken with your mortgage broker about the alternative loan types and term options in order to obtain the appropriate mortgage for your finances? Trade optimism for realism. Unlike other organizations, you never want to pretend to be better than what you really are. When faced with changing markets, it can pay off in the long run to have the courage and take the time to give your customers what they really want. Providing genuine market information sets us apart and earns us respect, while future referrals make it worth our while. Invest in good communication. As you learn how to better engage your audience, it's imperative that you build and use a buyer persona. That process includes proper communication via feedback, marketing tools such as email, social media, and online ads. The idea is to create character that represents your ideal customer. Each persona borrows elements from the target audience, but it's even more specific. This can be complicated because it must use both demographics and information such as preferences and habits. Based on the insights captured through the model and your inputs, you will know how to communicate with customers effectively. You will know what their biggest pains and desires are, giving a more personalized and effective experience. On top of all that, the persona signals which channels your consumer is most inclined to interact with brands through. If you're primarily targeting audiences on Instagram, social media presence should be a priority. Be transparent about processes. It's important for companies to stay up to date with the many requests and expectations of their customers. The best way to do that is to be transparent. Acknowledging customer concerns on a timely basis will show them you're listening and can earn their trust. Imagine that you run a marketing company and are hired by business to generate leads. The progress of the strategy should be highlighted and plans for future goals should be laid out. Using data visualization, it's easy to share complicated information in a dynamic, easily understood presentation that other people can connect with. Define goals. To increase consumer satisfaction and encourage the success of product development projects, clear objectives must be established. This will offer clarity to all members of the project team and can help formulate customer satisfaction. For better results, set realistic goals that are in line with your work abilities and stay away from excessive pressure so you avoid unnecessary confusion and frustration. The SMART guideline is a good way to ensure your goals are attainable. To do this, the model applies 5 principles which are SMART. The goal should be specific, clear and unambiguous, measurable, easy to measure from predetermined metrics, achievable, possible to achieve, realistic, consistent with the reality of your business and the market, timely, structured in a timeline with fixed deadlines. Create social records about any deals. It's important to remain true to your word, but it's not possible to know if others appreciate honesty. You can count on official records to establish the validity of your company's integrity. Make sure every deal you make is documented. Simply put, have an agreement stating both parties have agreed to the terms. Make it clear who made what changes and when they were made. Security of international contracts is also important because they offer an opportunity for filling the contract with updates and even show proof of expectations fulfilled. Official records are documents a company may use to provide updates to the customer. Include the client throughout the process. It's essential to discuss terms and conditions, limits, and all other considerations between involved parties in a proactive way so that there are no misunderstandings when the contract is signed. When your company includes the consumer in the process, transparency is encouraged and relationships are built. Moreover, by doing so, businesses can gain new insights from existing methods. Rely on the right tool to do so. Some tools helps you manage client expectations by tracking the stages of projects. Tools such as Constant Modelio can help keep you focused on managing client expectations so you can finish your project with a high level of quality. Visualise presentation solutions allow the use of data storytelling to more fully explain and make sense of your work. You can access a collaborative platform and count on professional designers and writers to create impressive presentations. Learn how to say no when necessary. Say no to projects that are outside of your skill set or those that don't match your current focus. If you keep turning down offers, you will soon find yourself wide open for a different type of opportunity. Accepting projects and requests that go beyond your capabilities will lead to nothing but problems. One possible reason to reject a client or project is not having enough staff on hand. With an abundance of clients and projects, this can lead to a loss in productivity and brand image, which can sometimes be quite a risky proposition. You can also refuse the client's request through a project's entire development. If your content production is increasing and you notice a need to hire more people, you must explain why expanding the number of employees isn't feasible. The point is that if you're unsure, you should say no. Transparency is important in order to create client-oriented business relationships. If you don't know what the goal of the customer is, they may submit a request that is impossible for you to meet. When this happens, you should kindly let them know that you're unable to perform what is being asked and present alternatives. Know how to prove your value. In order to attract and retain customers, it's essential to work with data analytics. By demonstrating how your existing solutions can be improved by using insights from data analytics, your business will be able to show that you offer a great value. Presenting data to prove your results is the best way to show that you have helped your clients achieve their goals. If you want to make compelling statements about how your brand has helped customers but don't have any actual data, it's just empty words. Sharing recent performance data will help demonstrate the value that your business has to offer. It can be difficult to predict how people think and act in certain situations. Managing client expectations is not one of the easiest tasks because it involves different characteristics and priorities. It's easier to manage relationships and have effective communication when you know the audience intimately. Create a detailed plan for all projects. Even if your client claims he doesn't care how it gets done, as long as it gets the results they want, you still need to detail a plan of action with timelines. The client should be able to point the status of a project at all times. When an executive or client signs off on a contract, they should have the understanding that their expectations are clear and the deliverable timeline is manageable. That's it for this video, Real Estate Heaven fan. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we've delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person, as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon!